Hi, this is Steve, K8BZ, and we're going to go through the wrap-up for the November Sweepstakes contest, submitting the logs to the contest sponsor, and also sending it to Logbook of the World, Club Log, and doing an entry in the 3830 Reflector. And we'll also talk about something I like to do with the Sweepstakes contest, getting QSLs for any schools that we may have contacted during the contest. So we'll bring up the logging program. This was the N3FJP logging program. I was very skeptical about getting a Puerto Rico contact, but lo and behold, I got back on the last half hour of the contest. I actually knocked off 6 hours before the contest was over, and then I got back on the last hour of the contest, and actually about the last half hour or 40 minutes, and lo and behold, NP4Z in Puerto Rico was on, and just managed to squeak a contact with NP4Z at about 2:41, as it shows over here on the log. Just about 20 minutes before the end of the contest. So was able to get a contact with Puerto Rico. However, didn't get them all. Still didn't get Virgin Islands. Virgin Islands was spotted a couple of times, and I heard him working a few stations, but he only worked a very few and was gone, and to my knowledge never got back on the air. Not sure about that. Northern New York. Again, was very scarce, and that's not unusual for Northern New York. You wouldn't think that would be a hard section, but I've found that to be a difficult one every time. Wound up with 636 contacts and 88 sections. 2 sections went unworked, so no clean sweep this year for me. Total score, the claimed score, is 103,032. So there's a couple things we need to do with this log. We need to download the Cabrillo or Cabrello file. Choose your own favorite pronunciation. We need to download a Cabrello or Cabrillo file. I'm going to save it to the desktop, and I'm also going to download an ADIF file. I'm going to use that file to import all these contacts into my general log program, and we'll show you what we do with those. So let's get the Cabrillo file first. We'll go up here to the File menu, down to Write Cabrillo File, and this pre-fills the contest name. You need to make sure it has your category. This was single operator, fixed, 1 transmitter, high power, and assisted. That means spotting assistance. And we did all bands. CW is the mode, operator is K8BZ. If this was a multi-operator, you would put in all of the call signs of all of the operators, but this was single operator. Club name, we don't have a club affiliation for this, and then your name, email, call sign that belongs to this name. Not necessarily is going to be the call sign you used. Actually, this is the operator's call sign. This is actually the call sign of the that you use for the transmissions. In this case, it's the same, but if you use a club call sign, you would also put your operator call signs here, and they would be different. Location is Michigan. Address, I could be a little more specific about the location, but that's good enough. Let's see here. Address line, your mailing address, city, state, zip, and country. And we're going to write this file, and we're going to save it on the desktop. And there we go. File is saved to the desktop. Shows you a quick preview of the file here. You don't really need to do anything with it, but you can look at it. And then we're going to write an ADIF file. That's the file format that I use to import it to my log. So we're going to export the file. We don't have to fill in anything here. We're just going to copy it to the desktop. It gives it the file name ARRL ss.adi, and we'll save that to the desktop. We don't need to worry about phone to single sideband because there were no phone or sideband contacts. and that file has been written to the desktop. So we're good to go there. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to upload this log for a log submission to the ARRL. We can either email it to a special email address to the ARRL, or we can just upload it online at their website. So let's do that. We'll go to the ARRL website. Contest information is in the On the Air button at the top of the form. So we're going to click On the Air and then go down to Contests in the left column. And we are going to go to Log Submissions. And they kind of hide where they put this information. Now let's see, electronic submissions via email, submissions online. There it is. And it gives you this description, and we won't read through it all, but down here it says to use their web application, you click this link. So it's going to take us there, and basically you just fill in the information. It's an HF contest. Submitter's email address is my call sign at arrl.net. Call sign used during the contest is K8BZ. Location during the contest, it says select the ARRL RAC section. So we will do that, and we are in District 8, and it is Michigan. 6-character grid square. I already know my grid square. It's EN73SX. If you don't know your grid square, you can click this tab here to figure out how to determine your grid square. Highest output power is going to be more than 150 watts. And did you use spotting assistance? Yes. How many people operated? Only one. Now you can either copy and paste your Cabrillo file, or we can navigate to it with this button. So we're going to navigate to the desktop, and we are going to find k8bz.log, which is right there. And then all we have to do is submit the log. And we'll see. Sometimes it will tell you if you have a correctable error in your log, and you should also check your email. And basically it just shows your Cabrillo excuse me, Cabrillo file log here. So we are all set there. Now we also need to submit this to the 3830 Reflector. Now let me go to their basic homepage. This is a website where you could submit your claimed scores. They're not your final scores. They don't know what your final scores are until they're computed by the contest sponsor. But you can submit your claimed score, and it's unofficial, but you can take a look at how you fared against other people in your same entry category. You can look at all contests that you've submitted. You can enter a call sign for anyone that submits them. I'll just enter my call sign here, and we will take a look. And these are all of most of them are going to be the CW operators test, because there are 3 of them every Wednesday. And I do as many of those as I can, but all of the other contests that I've submitted are here, ARRL 160 and so on. So we want to do a submission for the ARRL November Sweepstakes. Now what we need to do is find out how many contacts we made on each band. Back in the contest log, we're going to go to the View menu, and let's take a look at Statistics. And it's going to tell us how many contacts we made on each band. So we can make a note of these, or I could print it or copy it to the clipboard. Let me copy this to the clipboard. And we'll bring back our web browser here. So we can go ahead and I'm looking at this WordPad file on another monitor. So you put in here, you put in your email address again. And we'll have it send a copy to us. The call used was K8BZ. Class was single op. Single op unlimited. Unlimited means you use spotting assistance. High power. Operator calls K8BZ. Station call K8BZ. Operator time Don't really know. That's not required here. QTH is Gladwin Mish. Was not a remote operation, was not a single op 2 radio, and we didn't have any 160 meter contacts. 80 meters we had 149, and I'm looking over on the other monitor at these figures. 40 was 332. 40 is always the best band for me on this contest. 15 is 32. It already totaled them as 636. Sections was 81, and I should have jotted down the total score while I had the log open. Let's see. There it is. Total score of 103,032. 103,032. And if we submit this, that should be good. If it doesn't, if something's wrong, it will tell us. It looks like it liked that. Now we can kind of go back and see what's already been submitted for this. Let's look at over here. We'll click ARRL November Sweepstakes. Okay, so we've got them submitted to the ARRL. We also have it submitted to the 3830 Reflector. And now I am going to close out the contest log, and we're going to open my general log program and 3FJP contact log. This will take a moment for it to load in all of the contacts in the log. There are 60-some thousand contacts in the log. And now we want to import that ADIF file because we want to put all those sweepstakes contests in my general log. So I'm going to go to the File menu, down to Import ADIF. We'll go to the desktop, and we are going to upload, there it is, ARRL SS ADI. So we will open that, and then you'll see the progress bar here. It's importing all of those contacts, and they will be here soon. And there they are. And it automatically fills in the contest name because the contest name is saved in the creation of that file from the logging program. Now, to upload these to Logbook of the World, I already did a pretty extensive video earlier on this playlist for how to upload to Logbook of the World several different ways. For me, the most convenient way is use the logging program. So we're going to go to eLogs for electronic logs, down to Logbook of the World, and we are going to upload all contacts not uploaded. All I have to do is click that. You'll see what's going on over here. It's creating the file, and the file has been uploaded. So that's all there is to that. After a period of time, and with all of the log submissions that are going in, it's going to take a while. When you click download all since the previous download here, it will verify that all of these have reached Logbook of the World. And I'll probably wait before I finish this video and do that. But that could be, after a major contest, that could be a while. Usually it only takes a few minutes before you can get that verification, but after a major contest with all the uploads, sometimes it takes longer. Now, we're also going to upload these to ClubLog. ClubLog is kind of a DXer's tool. It's a very handy thing. This amateur contact log has a tool in the eLogs for uploading to ClubLog, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to upload all contacts not previously uploaded, and you'll see it count the contacts here as it begins that process. There it is, right here. So it's going to upload all these, so we'll just wait for it to do that. I probably won't get into describing all of the things that you can use ClubLog for, but if you're a DXer, especially if you have achieved DXCC and are working on 5-band DXCC, ClubLog is going to be a very valuable aid for you while you're working on your 5-band DXCC, and also afterwards, and even more so when you're working on DXCC Challenge, where you need a minimum of 1,000 confirmed contacts they call them band contacts, to get the entry-level award for DXCC Challenge. So one of these days I'll probably do a video providing information about Club Log and what it is actually used for. Okay, so this is completed. I can click Done. Now in a short period of time over here in the Sent column, confirmation sent column, it's going to put a B in there that's going to show that these have all been uploaded to Club Log. There it goes. Now we'll check and see. It's a little early, but maybe it's already processed these with Logbook of the World. So we'll check here real quick. It's got to connect via the internet to Logbook of the World. And once that whole file has been received and verified, you'll be able to download it right from this log program. And it looks like it at least got several of them. Sometimes it might not have processed the entire log. You'll see these as they scroll through, and the ones that say confirmed afterwards, these are confirmed by Logbook of the World. The ARRL November Sweepstakes is an excellent contest for you to participate in if you're working on your Worked All States Award or 5-band Worked All States. You can get a lot of confirmations through Logbook of the World to work on your Worked All States and 5-band Worked All States. Saves you a lot of time and effort. Mailing QSL cards. You can see how many have been confirmed here, and I actually did, even though I didn't get all sections, did work all 50 states and all Canadian provinces. So very handy to participate in this domestic contest if you're working on your Worked All States. So we'll just have to wait for all of these to scroll through. When it's all done, the list will appear down here in the bottom of this window. And there they are. And you can see if you scroll down through here, everything that has our date, that's the confirmation received date, that's via Logbook of the World. So this contest was just yesterday, and you can see that there are a lot of confirmations here in the US and Canada. So now when I click Done, you're going to see B in the QSL sent column that it was sent to Club Log, and an L showing that it was sent to Logbook of the World, and confirmation received column, you'll see an L on every contact that has been confirmed by Logbook of the World. So you can see there's quite a number of them already that have been confirmed, and there'll be several there over the next few days. And one of the last things that I like to do after I finish all of the requirements for the November sweepstakes, I like to send out QSLs to any of the schools that I've worked. The November sweepstakes is a good contest because if it's a school operation, their entry category is S. So it's very easy to look through your log and see if you've worked a school. And these can be high schools, they can be vocational schools, they can be colleges and universities, and it's kind of nice if you like to collect categories of QSL cards to get all of the QSL cards for the educational institutions that you work. And there's some really nice ones, and I'll cut to a scan of some of the cards here so you can see a few of them that I've received through working them in November sweepstakes. And I think all of these that I'll show you have been worked and confirmed through November sweepstakes. Now, to find them, what we'll do is I'm going to open up the Cabrillo file. Let's see. Here it is. And the way we're going to find them is we're going to look down this column. Let me find the right one. No, this one here. This one here, and we're going to find any of them that have an entry category of S for school. Now this one's B, so that's high power, but schools all have an S. So I can either scroll down and look for them, or even easier, I can do a search for space S space. I only remember 2, but there may be more in here that I just don't remember. So K9IU, W4FS, W4FS is the next one. It's down here. I'm going to go to Find Next. K3GU, oh, okay, so there's more than 2. K3GU, Find Next, and that's it. So I've got 3 schools. We'll send them a QSL card and add it to our collection. Here are some of the QSL cards I've received from educational institutions. Most of these I worked in the November Sweepstakes contest, but not all of them, but the vast majority were from working them in November Sweepstakes. We have the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology, University of Pittsburgh, Indiana University, Louisiana State University. This is the Community College of Micronesia. Didn't work them in Sweepstakes. I worked them when I was in the Navy stationed on Guam. That would have been about 1976. Most hams that have been on the air a while and get QST and other publications have seen and heard of the Junior High School number 22 Amateur Radio Club in New York, WB2JKJ, University of Pennsylvania, Missouri University of Science and Technology, Michigan State University, Heston College in Kansas, University of Arkansas, University of California, Santa Barbara. Let's see, this is University of Alabama, UCLA Amateur Radio Club in Los Angeles, Stanford University, Northeastern University, Georgia Tech, Virginia Tech, University of Idaho, and this is a neat one, Ankeny Central High School Amateur Radio Club. This is a high school club, and they have a really nifty card there, and hopefully the kids there really enjoy making contacts and being a part of that radio club. It's in Iowa. And we have Oregon State University, Worcester Polytech, Purdue University, Harvard University, and Arizona State University. So it's fun collecting QSL cards by category, and this is one of the categories I like to collect. And working the November Sweepstakes makes it easy because you can find the cards based on their entry category in the contest. So that then will complete everything that I do for November Sweepstakes contest in the CW edition. And I appreciate you watching the video and your comments. And we hope to see you in the phone version of the November Sweepstakes contest in 2 weeks. Thanks for watching, and 7-3.